Very good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the Premium Business Masterclass. My name is Khutsafalo, and today is going to be a special show because I'm joined by two superstars. One of them is 9 years old, another one is 13 years old, and these are going to change the way you see things, and definitely they're going to change your life. We broadcast this show every single Thursday evening with one thing in mind: to give you the inspiration and the insight that you need as a young entrepreneur, as a career person, so that you can be able to build yourself, to know what it is that you need to do in building the journey that God has given to you. Of course, this is brought to you by Launch Studios in partnership with the Islamic Bank of Botswana and also Hoda Life Botswana. We'll be right back. When you come back, let's have an amazing conversation with my guest tonight. We'll be right back.
For all of life's big and small moments, Temper Hollard Insurance Botswana. Our wide range of insurance products guarantee to get you and your loved ones back on track when life hits a short left. Better futures start with Hollard.
Or the show. Let's look at the news that are making headlines around the world on our newest feature, which is called News Making Headlines Around the World. And let's start right here with what's happening in the Republic of Botswana. And if you look at social media, there's a lot of things that happen, but there's a few of them that actually give us an interest into looking into them to explain to you what exactly those things mean and how do they affect you as a young entrepreneur, as a person, generally as a citizen of the Republic of Botswana. Let's look at the recently opened new mall right next to the one that you know in the bus rank, right across there in the CBD. It's called the Fields Mall. And some of you have been wondering what has been happening there for all these years when you saw all of those corrugated irons and all of that. And they were building this amazing mall that you're actually now seeing. And some of you who've been part of this mall, you've seen the journey, you've seen everything that has been happening, and this mall was officially opened yesterday by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Kabetse Masisi. I think for all things that he said, I mean, everyone who has been a part of the journey, who has been there, we're talking about what the mall exists to do and the jobs that it's going to create, over 8,000 jobs. So what this means is that we're going to have 8,000 people from our city who are going to now have jobs in this mall. I know some of you could be asking yourself questions, what kind of jobs are we talking about? I mean, obviously, every mall has all different levels of jobs. What is more important, that what's more beautiful is the fact that somebody now is going to have the dignity of working, having an employment to sustain themselves and their families. And I know the questions that a lot of you have been asking yourself a lot. You look at, you know, some of you are asking the question of, so what happens to the Royal Park Mall? Because this is the question that a lot of you asked yourself. I mean, I had the privilege to be in Gaborone during the time where Royal Park was actually a bush. In fact, it was a lake of some sort. So people used to cross there, going to G West, and now I saw how it was being developed into being the new mall that was going to be the in thing. And over time, what happened in that mall is that they had a lot of traffic that was, you know, crossing from on the other side to the other side of the bus rank. And many people to this day, they have a thing that they say about Royal Park. If you say, let's meet at Royal Park, for them, it means that you're talking about a low-level place where you should be able to meet. Some people asking themselves the question of, then what makes the difference between this new mall that you're seeing and what happened in Royal Park? I mean, I'm going to leave all of this for you to really think about it and try to imagine what is going to be the future of the Fields Mall and what value does it bring in the city of Gap City. I mean, for one, I know it's in the CBD. It's like you have the same value that you see in there, but it's just have that, you know, thing, the fact that it's in the CBD. And let's look at the last news bulletin that's making news around the world. Today it has been announced that you can now start to travel to the Rio de Janeiro city in the Brazil not for free of visa. And I like this because I want to talk about it briefly so that you get to understand what this means. Some of you could just jump and say, hey, we can not just fly to Brazil the way we go to Zimbabwe or the way we go to South Africa. We don't even need visas to do so. Do you know what this actually means into the many sectors that affect our economy? Let's look at agriculture, for example. Brazil has been producing similar products that we also produce in the country. In fact, most of the imports that we've been getting from South Africa has been getting most of them as well from Brazil. This means that you now have a direct access into getting into the market of Brazil. I mean, agriculture, you're talking about all different types of technologies. You're talking about the tourism industry. Think about what that actually means. There's a part where most of you, the opportunities that are now embedded in this simple policy that the government is passing, you're going to benefit a lot from that. But I'm going to do a whole new video to actually get into the matters and the cracks of what is happening, what's going to be happening because of the Brazil and Botswana free visa travel agreement. But let me pause here so that we can get into the news, into the chats and the conversations with this amazing guest that we have here tonight. She made a video when she was contesting for, in her journey, in her journey of encouraging more people to understand the journey that she has been taking as somebody who the epilepsy disease. And she's going to teach us more about it and how she's living with it and how most of you needs to look into this. Check this out.
Hello everyone, my name is Khutsafalo, a young girl of 13 years old in the preteen category. My dress is made of Delta Fresh milk boxes made in Botswana. I am promoting recycling and reusing in a sense that I use both boxes and plastics in my dress. The colors in my dress represent many things, such as blue, that represents the blue skies of our nation, and show how we value water in Botswana, as it is scarce. The green in my dress represents the eastern part of Botswana, as it receives a lot of rainfall, and therefore it is evergreen. The cattle in my dress represent us Botswana, as we are the biggest producer of beef in the world. The lights in my dress represent a beam of radiance ignited by the hope that has been given to me by becoming part of the Miss Hope platform. The plastics in my dress show my transparency, meaning that I invite trust, revealing that I have nothing to hide. I am an honest and credible person in the eyes of others. Thank you.
And get into the conversation, please help me welcome the amazing two guests joining me here from the family of Matiakhomo. Please help me welcome on the set here, Katleho Matiakhomo and Kimberly Matiakhomo. Let's give them a big round of applause, right? Let's do this. Let's do this. A lot of you've been seeing them on social media a lot. I mean, that page is they have over 20,000 followers. This means there's a chance one of you have seen all these amazing superstars at some point in doing their thing. Kimberly here has actually won the Miss Little Idol. Miss Junior Idol in Thailand. She's going to tell us about it. And let's start with you, Katawa. Welcome to the show. And please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Khutsafalo Beauty Matiakhomo, a young girl of 13 years old in the Miss Hope pageants in the preteen category.
Wow. And yourself?
Protocol is highly observed. My name is Adjutant Kimberly Matiakhomo. I'm a young girl of 9 years old who comes from Monapabujam village.
Wow. And I mean, you can tell from the you can tell from the confidence that I'm not seated with. I mean, some of you are probably struggling because you're looking at the fact that, look, those look like children, but what is talking out of them? Definitely not a 9-year-old. But let's continue this conversation. Khutsafalo, you've taken this role to tell the world about the journey that you are on. I mean, I think I read your article this morning, which you posted about your story being glory, telling people about how you were diagnosed with epilepsy and now how you are fighting and actually using that, to educate the world, to do what you think you were born to do. I want to give you the time to actually talk about it.
Epilepsy is, for some who don't know what epilepsy is a neurological disorder where brain activity becomes abnormal, which may lead to seizures. So for me, I started having epilepsy attacks on March 2021, but then on December 2020, I started having these certain movements where I don't control myself. I just move once, I just shake once, then my heart starts beating very fast. So my first attack was on March 2021 when it happened in the bathroom whilst I was getting ready to go to school. I had the attack, then from there, I fell unconscious for 2 to 3 hours, so I wasn't able to go to school. I woke up with a very painful headache, like very painful headache.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Then I took some painkillers to reduce the pain or for the headache to go, and the headache lasted for 30 to 60 minutes. It has epilepsy. I've been having epilepsy attacks every month from March, and it has been traumatizing. Since last year, I was writing my son at 7, so I had anxiety and stress because of the mock examinations and PSLE examinations. I would always catch my mom crying because it was still new to her, and she...
Of course, yeah.
But I would always console her because I would always tell her that I can do it. And I had told her that at least if I get a B, I'll at least get a B in my PSLE, but my goal was to get an A. And I was able to meet my goal, and I got an A for my PSLE and also for my mock.
That's what I'm talking about. So because the reason I want to ask you this question is because a lot of people, when they find themselves with these conditions that they didn't really bring themselves into. You wake up one day, you are diagnosed with a disease that you never knew it would ever happen in your life. For some people, they will think their life is over or they have a new life that they need to hide away from the public. But you said, I'm going to go out there and actually educate more people. And actually, this doesn't mean my life has changed in any sense. So I want you to talk to your not only your peers, but people that are watching you right now over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, our partners from Stambik, Bahol, that, you know, there's a way in which they know this, but I want you to show, because when you're talking about your mom, for example, who is from generations older than mine, and she knows this from a point of view where she's like, she was wondering what's going to happen with your child, but here you are, and you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, this is not the end of the world for me. So how do you see this as the future that brings you to something that you know you can do for the world, and you can actually help more people by educating them about it?
At first, for me, I thought the world my life was gone just like that, because it was still new and I was still getting used to it. But then I just saw it as an advantage for me, because I can be able to educate people, teach them more about epilepsy, encourage them, motivate them, empower them. For example, people who have cancer, HIV, I want to empower them and tell them that the world isn't over, your life isn't over. You can still do more, because nothing is impossible if you believe in God.
100%. Let's talk to you, Kim. You took the world by a storm. I mean, social media, I remember that day when I was waking up, we were told that you won the Miss Junior Idol in Thailand. Tell us about that journey. Because I have other questions for your mom pertaining this year.
It was not really easy because I actually arrived in Thailand on Friday, but I was supposed to arrive there on Wednesday because of financial problems, but I was able to win because I believed in myself. And I knew nothing was impossible. And I knew it's not all about winning, it's about having fun.
Yeah, because I was to ask you this question of when you, because for a random kid, you are told you are going to compete on a beauty pageant, and not in South Africa, not even in Kenya. You're going to go into another continent. You're going to be, for most people, they'll be okay with the fact that they're just participating. But you went there knowing fully well, I'm I'm capable of beating all of those girls. And you did. Where do you get all of this confidence from? I mean, you are 9, for Christ's sake, yeah.
I get the confidence from my sister. As my sister, she's the one who started with pageantry and fashion shows. And one time she was competing and was head mounting and winning, and she really inspired me. And I also entered some pageants like Miss Diamond, Botswana. We both entered and we both won. So she's the one who actually inspired me.
Yeah, there was so much winning, like Donald Trump always says. So let me ask you this question, Gatleo. When you see your own younger sister, not like some little kid that you know from the village, this is your own sister winning in a platform like that one. Like this person now no longer represents your family or your village. She represents this entire nation. She represents this entire continent. You know, how does this make you feel? And I know there are some things that you would want to talk to her about that you've never really did. This may be this may be the great opportunity for her to hear it from you.
I am a proud sister, I would say, and I am very, very extremely happy for her because it shows that she followed into my footsteps from a young age, from 5 years till now. I'm just so proud.
Still COVID by then. Anyway, let's talk to the mom. The mom is actually here, and you know I've been talking to her over time, and I was asking her this question because I knew about Kimberly, and she was telling me the story about actually I have 2 daughters who are that amazing, and I asked her the question of how does she feel knowing fully well that she has children who are this gifted. So I'm going to ask you, how does this make you feel, knowing that you have this amazing children? Let's get the mic to her so that she can get to talk to us about it. And before we do this, let me show you a video of Kim being announced the winner of the Miss Junior Idol in Thailand. Are you ready? Look at this one. Mom, so tell us about first of all, you are such a blessed woman. I mean, to parent this kind of human beings. I think it's the prayer of every parent that their children, even if they don't be this great, as if they can just behave, in life, that's what they want. But you are blessed enough to have people that confidence is proper. And one of the leading causes of this teenage delinquency is the fact that most people don't have confidence in their own talents and in themselves. And your children are able to do that. And they can speak for themselves. You don't have to be there like, no, actually what she means, no, keep talking, Nana. No, you don't have to do that. You sit there, and probably you are even amazed, like, look at my girls. And they're all talking. I can wonder how you were feeling when you were on the audience, seeing your own child in another continent, and she's beating all of those white, Caucasian, Asian, black girls who were there, and she emerged victorious. How does this make you feel?
I am a proud mother. I really thank God every day. Every day I thank God for these amazing gifts. And I will keep on watering. These are my seeds. I'll keep on watering. I will never give up. I'm really a blessed woman.
Yeah. Do you want to say something? She always has something to say. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes, very much true.
What do you want to say?
I like to say to young girls and boys that you should never give up. Always follow your dreams, even though some financial problems. Keep going and going. You don't let anyone stop you, because you are you. If you like singing, follow that. Don't let your parent or your friend to tell you, no, do this. Because sometimes if you don't follow your dreams,
Yeah.
they'll not go as you planned.
And what would you say?
Like Kimberly said, I was also going to say, always follow your dreams, never give up, always keep pushing because you never know what the future is holding for you. Always believe in God because God is the Almighty. Thank
I
you.
want to ask you this question. Can you have a mic for Kim real fast? I want to ask you this question about, you were born, what, 9 years ago? I was still very old by then, you know.
10 years ago, because 10 years, yeah.
Look, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, it's last year, you know. Okay, don't worry about it. You can then with the children of today.
I think the problem with the children of today is when they wake up, they go outside, play, but la mama la penka 6. Bayra homeke, baja barobal.
And what's the difference between those children and the child that you see yourself to be?
The difference is I believed in myself. I went to Thailand and proved to those young girls and boys that also you can do what I'm doing.
Because here's why I want to ask you this question. You didn't have money to go to Thailand in the first place, right? You didn't. But you didn't give up on this dream. You did everything you can to do all of those fundraising. And the reason why when you got to Thailand on Friday, when you're supposed to be there on Wednesday, it's because you still haven't reached that dream of having the money to get you to Thailand. And even when the contest is starting and you're not there, you don't sit down and say, obviously it's done. You can't believe and say, hey, I need to make up to get to that place. And do you think this is something, the drive that many other young people of your age has?
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to be when you become my age?
I want to be a doctor because I want to help people and make them feel better. And I also like helping puppies. I've always wanted to also do a shelter for puppies that lives in the street. Yeah.
All right. And what does being Miss Junior Idol, what does this mean? Miss Junior Idol World?
Yes.
Okay. What does this make you? Okay. What were your aspirations? The things that you wanna do, since now? Because now you're not Miss Junior Idol World from here. Like maybe it was something in G West. You got this from Thailand, so this is something that you're supposed that is globally recognized for you to do. What are some of the things that you want to see yourself being able to achieve in helping more people while you are the queen of the world?
I want to help like orphanages.
Orphanages, yeah.
Yes, and to help the kids there, that even though you don't have someone who supports you, you can still follow your dreams. And I want to help them, like I'm helping them because I have a dance school called Kim Delight Dance, and I'm sponsoring some children. It's from SOS. Yes.
Yeah, and you also train other young girls to become good models. Is it you or is it her? It's you, right? There was a time, was it a few days ago, where you had the opportunity to train other girls on another pageantry that is there. Is it you or is it Kim?
It's cross country.
Oh, the cross-country thing.
Oh, it was you.
It was you
A few days ago.
a few days ago.
Yes.
Was it a few weeks ago?
Oh.
Miss Cross Country, yes, you're right.
Oh, before the finale.
Before the finale,
Oh, I was one of the coaches that prepared them for the finale of the Miss Cross Country. Yes.
yes. 100%. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to be a lawyer.
I thought, you see, this is the amazing part of it. I thought you would say you want to be a lawyer because you are the one who talks confidently. So, and she says, okay, why do you want to be a lawyer?
I enjoy reading a lot of books and historical things. I also enjoy business studies also, and also maths, and also social studies. I enjoy reading them and understanding them more. And I also find being a lawyer very, very exciting. And also, I would also like to help people in most cases where a person is being framed of something they didn't do. I would also want to be there to help them.
I see what you mean. And I have two questions left. This other question I want to ask you, at school where you go to school, do you feel the pressure of, like, do you feel, some people would feel this age different, not age, they feel so, like they're here and the rest of the people are just, you know, do you ever feel that at your school?
No.
You don't feel?
I just feel equal as any other kid at school.
Doesn't having 22,000 followers make you the most famous person in your school?
No.
It doesn't?
Yes.
There are people who are more famous than you in your school?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. At last, they don't treat you like a celebrity?
No.
Or they don't know?
They know,
Okay.
but they don't treat me as a celebrity. I don't want to be treated as a celebrity. I just want to be treated as any other kid who scores at Musalapula.
100%. How about you?
Yeah, just normal.
I doubt. I doubt.
Yeah, some people treat me like I'm a queen, and
Do you like walk in school and people are like, oh, Miss Junior Idol World?
No.
They don't? Do they know that you?
I know.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And my last question that I wanted to ask the both of you here, it's for every elderly person who's older than you. I wanted to ask you here that you wish you could tell them, guys, please, 1, 2, 3. Age at this point. See, this is still not 20 years. This won't be you 20 years from now. And now you will be what?
33.
You'll be 33. The people that, the way you guys feel, the way you think, as talented as you are, etc., etc. Is that a tough question?
Okay, let me try it. I think you have a child, and their child tries to express their talent to their parents. They won't listen as they
Mostly is that most parents want their kids to do what they want to be. For example, I'm just giving an example.
It's an example.
Yes.
Mother, this is an example. Okay, very good
don't
example.
take it too serious.
It's not too serious.
For example, maybe my mother wants me to be a doctor. She'll start buying me books that yes,
that wants you to
that
be
concentrate on being a doctor. Some parents end up actually disowning their kids just because of that. That's why you can find where most kids are orphans, they struggle, they come, and from there, I've also realized that after the kid who was disowned pursues their dreams and becomes one of the biggest artists, that's when the parent
That guy is
comes
my child.
because of the money, and all they want is the money and everything. Yeah, that's what I've realized.
And this is a very brilliant way to look at it, because I wanted to ask you this when you were talking. What do you think is the danger of parents wanting children to become what they want? Because here's what happens. Let me explain to you. Your parent, mom's generation, there was nothing in their mom's house. So the most immediate thing for them to do is to help in building the house and feeding the family and all of that. At that time, it's not about I'm passionate about being an artist. It's the fact that whatever gives me money, I'm going to have to take it. And then they now work jobs that they don't like just so that they feed you to do all of that. This is why even today they'll tell you, the things I do for you guys, what? It doesn't sound familiar, I know, it doesn't, okay? Your mom is a cool mom, okay? So, but the thing here is, now when it's your chance, as your generation, today in this year, wanting to make decisions about what your future is going to look like, they want to help you to decide, because in their mind, they're like, no, I want you to get a job that's going to give you your money, that's going to do this. And you're like, Mom, I know I got 48 points, but I want to be a model. For her, it's like you are saying you will be okay wasting your life. So what do you think it will make more children feel like in the future, the rest of their life, knowing that they have chosen things that they know is not going to fulfill them? With this,
You have to follow.
what do you think it's gonna do? Will it something that will damage the children in the future or not?
Yes, because most kids end up having depression at a very young age. So they end up having suicidal thoughts, wanting to kill themselves, and if they think that, they will end up actually doing that. Which
I was telling you, it's an honor for me to have the opportunity to host you, Katlego, Mathiakgomo, with all this. I think you're already on a pageant that's ongoing, Miss
Yes.
Hope. Is it Miss Hope?
Yes.
Talk about it so that people who have to support you need to do what they have to do.
I am in the Miss Hope pageants platform, and I am competing in the preteen category. If you want to come watch me on the finale is on the 8th of October. Tickets are available from Saturday. Single ticket is 350 pula and double ticket is 600 pula. Yes.
This is happening on the 8th of October.
2022.
In the evening. You know what I don't like,
Yes.
and maybe you guys will help me. What I don't like about beauty pageants is that when they start off, they are my top 5 people that were like, that one and that one and that one. Definitely they'll win. And then when they select the first cut off, they're the first people they start with, and they say, you know what, you're out. And then by the time we watch the final, we don't know anymore what's going to happen. Do they do this intentionally? Is this something that you also like, or?
They don't actually do it intentionally. They have some things that the judges look at. So I've realized that most of the audience, they look at the kid's beauty, not actually the walk, the smile, everything that a beauty king is supposed to have. That's why mostly a lot of the audience, after the person they liked is cut off, they just start.
Yeah, like you guys don't know what you want.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
But there are actually certain things that the judges look at. For example, the pageant I'm in, they have long started judging us and our behavior. The behavior of how a beauty queen is supposed to act. So it's been a journey for us, and they've been judging everyone's behavior, how we behave. Do we act like beauty queens? Yes.
100%. Okay, so as we look at what happens during just that one night,
Yes.
whereas there's so many different points.
That's why the Miss Hope pageants take 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. And how would you like to say goodbye to the people that are watching you now?
I hope everyone had a great. I hope you loved the show and hope you have a great evening. And one thing you should always tell yourself is to never give up. Yes.
100%. Miss Junior idol world, Kimberly Matego, how would you like to say a royal goodbye?
Okay, I'll have to say good night. Have a good night. And I also said, it's not all about winning, it's about having fun. Even you enter a pageant and you think that you're better than other girls, but the girl you've been thinking you're going to beat wins. It doesn't mean you have to give up.
Yeah, like the one you won. Guys, thank you. That was powerful. If the girl you thought you would beat wins, then what are you gonna do? I think this is the fun thing about the pageantry, because I'm imagining in my mind, I know I'm closing, okay? I'm imagining in my mind where you are doing pageantry, you are preparing to win, but you're also preparing to lose at the same time. It's like you say, okay, if I lose, this is how I'm gonna smile, pretend to be happy, and then wave to the, thank you. and I think that's very hard. Guys, thank you very much for joining us here. You should, if the day you hear people say I've retired from the show, you should consider coming here and be the host of this. I'll be happy wherever I am if you get to host, or my radio show at RB2. Evidence everywhere that I have said this. If I retire from this show, you're gonna take over this and do whatever. I'll give you everything, cameras. When you just come and do what I was doing. Okay, you're happy about that. So just so you know, you are the youngest people to ever come on this show. Probably ever, actually. Yeah, and I'm proud to have had the honor to host you on the show to talk about the amazing work that the both of you do. At 9 years old, I don't remember what. I think I was playing with my mom's shoes somewhere, and I don't think I was thinking ever about to do any of this. But thank you very much for coming onto the show, and it makes us proud to say we're proud of the work that you do. Let's take a quick goodbye, and when we come back, we'll say the final goodbyes.
Let's find new ways to make dreams possible. Whether you are dreaming about starting a new business, securing a good future for your family, buying a new home, or owning a new car, your dream becomes real the moment you believe it can be. Go ka kgonega with Stanbic Bank Botswana. Your dreams matter.
Meaningful sponsorships improve lives. That's why we create and support initiatives that make a real difference by engaging, inspiring, and uplifting communities. It's just one of the ways Hollard ensures better futures.
For all of and your loved ones back on track when life hits a short left. Better futures start with Hollard.
And thank you for taking from. I was joined on the studio by the Miss Junior Idol World, who won this contest. She's a Motswana, 9-year-old Motswana, who went all the way to Thailand and made us really proud. I mean, you can hear from all of their confidence that they are talking about the future of where they come from and where they're going, and pageantry. And for those of you who need to support, I know you know, in fact, I don't have even to say this. You need to support her journey and go out there on the 8th of October. Get the tickets to go and see them doing the amazing work that they're doing. They dance, they do all kinds of things, they speak, they do all amazing work. This makes us proud as a show. Thank you for tuning with us on today's show. And we're going to be coming back again next week, Thursday. But before we go, the book is still out there. Most of you can go to Botswana Book Center in Mainmo, and you can screenshot that part and then get the number and call that number, and you get yourself this amazing book. Project 124 is already started.